Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. You like that intro right there? It's floating in. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust, talking about Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, next generations, and everything in between. And today we have a PTB update. That stands for Public Testing Branch. It is a separate download. It's not the one we're looking for yet. It's not OceanBound yet. But this is significant as this is bringing in some major changes, some bugs, fixes, all kinds of things here. And that does bring us that much closer to OceanBound itself, and then that much closer to a power surge. That's right. Yeah, so we still don't even know what OceanBound's going to be. We'll touch base on this here at the end, but I want to make sure we get through all these patch notes here because they are significant. Okay, so here we go. Added another variant of the fishing village. Now, I was curious about this. I wasn't sure. Is it one to help support the 2.5 maps? I'm not sure. Well, I guess we'll have to find out live on stream and see what that variant is over on the PTB. But it's nice. It gives it more accessibility and hopefully some better performance for people. Adjusted the amount of scrap you get in return for fishing at the fishing vending machines in the fishing village, or the vending machines at the fishing village. Geez, too many fish in there. So remember before when we were talking about how to make scrap fishing and how those vending machines are good for making scrap now, but it looks like now those values are more in line with what the PC is, because initially PC had those values and then they boosted them. So basically what I'm telling you is you can make scrap fishing and now you can make even more scrap fishing. So in case you're wondering how to do that, I already did a video on how to make scrap fishing. I will go ahead and link it now in the upper right hand corner. If you want to go click it, it should also be down in the carousel, I think, below on mobile. I'm not really sure where they tuck these things anymore, as they did kind of update things for Android and iOS. But anyways, okay, so this is exciting. Refresh, excuse me, the stack splitting UI. Stacks are now color-coded. The number of items in each stack updates dynamically, and the stack can be split between inventory and open container items that accept them. So again, we'll have to test that out, but that's exciting. So here are the other two that I think most people, I know this immediately hit us. Stack splitting will no longer be canceled when players have too hot or too cold effects when the inventory item finishes crafting or when taking damage. So status effects in the crafting, we're canceling stack splits. So that's going to be a fix that comes in. Again, not on main branch yet, but these are always a prelude to when it does come for us on main branch. So again, we'll be testing out all these changes. Hopefully everything is nice and stable, because when it does, or when it is, it's nice because then it kicks over to us on main branch even sooner, and they're usually on a Thursday. Okay, fixed a crash caused by entering specific characters into a note. Fixed a very common threading crash that's good. A lot of people on different platforms were reporting crashes. So hopefully that addresses some of that. Fixed various server crashes that cause unplanned restarts. Fixed a bug causing the game to hang every so often. Again, performance for all platforms, that's good. Fixed a crash caused by coming into range of the recycler's audio. Fixed the server memory leaks caused by world items. Also beautiful that they did that. Performance is always good for everybody. Fixed a bug that allowed dead players to loot. That's funny. Who figured that out? Just the default hotbar cycle mode to full cycle mode. That's good because I was confusing for people that didn't necessarily know that those things were added. Fixed items not getting automatically equipped when placed into an empty slot on the hotbar. Fixed a bug where players could get a screen shake effect when they aren't receiving damage. Onto boats. Fixed collision and texture issues on the Kayak. Kayak now sits a little higher in the water. Fixed texture issues on the new rowboat model and the rib. Rowboat and rib no longer decay while they're in use, and I did notice that when we were building the jib. We're driving around, I was like, why is this taking damage? We're using it. By the way, if you're looking for a support base, a boat base, in addition to your main base, I do have the jib boat base. I will go ahead and link that now in the upper right-hand corner. If you want to go check that out, I'd highly recommend. I wouldn't necessarily recommend living out of it, but it's good for accessing different areas of the map for resources. Okay, stop players from being able to turn off the oil refinery at various monuments while other players are using it. I would imagine that's more useful at Outpost, as if somebody's doing that in another monument, you just blast them. Cranes at the harbor can now be climbed using the attached ladders. Beautiful. Boats can now be purchased from the fishing village every 5 minutes. This is beautiful. This is the type of queue that you'll also see for minis. I'm not saying it's in the game, but what I'm saying is this mechanic is the same thing used over at Airwolf at the Bandit Camp whenever minis might come in. Boats can be purchased from the fishing village every 5 minutes if the previously purchased boat has not been removed from the spawn area in time. In that time, it will despawn it to make room for the next one. And to keep people from trolling the slot, you know what I mean? Okay, fixed texture issues at several monuments: Dome, Harbor, Oxum's gas station, Bandit Camp, Airfield, Lighthouse, Trainyard, Launch Site, Satellite Dish, Fishing Village, Oil Rig. Nice. Fixed the highlight area container at the pump jack. Fixed a spot where players could get stuck at Launch Site and the Lighthouse. Fixed being able, please fix terrain stucks, please. Fixed being unable to reach refinery at the launch site when slow walking. Fixed a spot at the lighthouse where dropped items could disappear through the ground. That's always a good save here. Now, what we're going to see here for some of these weapon changes are, again, bringing things more in line with PC. There were a lot of different adjustments. Not only was the fishing village type stuff with the vending machine, fish values being brought up, but now it's looking like some of these weapons and craft times. So let's go ahead and take a look. And I'm not saying it's recoil or anything. I know that just happened on PC. That's not what this is. Compound bow is now a default blueprint and can be added to the Workbench 1 tech tree. Can be. And added. Jeez, I can't read. Increase the amount of metal fragments needed to craft compound bow from 25 to 75. That's good. There was a lot of compound bow meta for a while. Grenades can now be stuck to building blocks using the alternate throw button. That's beautiful. As opposed to throwing them at your feet. There was definitely a raid where I thought it was DayZ, and I kept priming it and then trying to throw it, and I kept dropping it at my feet. Yeah, pro gamer. Okay, fixed issues with the M39 rifle. Tactical cylinders up. Reduce the crafting time. Here we go. Reduce the crafting time for the rocket launcher from 180 seconds to 60 on Workbench 2, and from 90 to 30 on Workbench 3. Reduce the crafting time for the SMG from 40 seconds to 30 on Workbench 2, and from 20 seconds to Workbench, or from 20 seconds to 15 on Workbench 3. Hello. Man. Woo! Okay, pumpkins can no longer be duplicated. Quick note on this. That was causing massive performance issues. I don't know why. Again, it's mostly Unity. I know it can be a little goofy, even for next gens, and here's what I'm talking about. We would do those server events, community events, where we'd have a lot of people around. We'd always throw down pumpkins, because like we always need to like eat and stuff. So even on next gens, if there were a lot of pumpkins, dude, it would just dump on your frames. And so it's good to kind of see that's curtailed a little bit. Fun fact, whenever electricity's in and then farming 2.0, it's going to really help that issue, because then those things are grown indoors, and so they're out of visual range, and you don't necessarily have the level of spam that we used to have back in the day. And it's good for combat, to be honest, like when you respawn and stuff. But anyways, I digress. Dropped cooking fish. Cooked fish can now be eaten directly from the ground. Delicious! For extra flavor. Nice. Wood storage boxes can now be placed on our Workbench 2. Thank you. Clothing items dropped on the ground can now be worn instantly without needing to pick it up first. So I would imagine it was that triangle and Y for us on the console world. This is an interesting one, too. Reduced health points of Workbench 2 from 750 to 500, and Workbench 3 from 1,000 to 750. That was used to soak more damage. We may or may not have done that, and a lot of players did it on PC. That's one of the major reasons why they reduced it in the first place. So it's nice to see that the balance is coming through. Fixed a bug that caused vending machines to become unstable. I think there's supposed to be a T there. After server restarts, hollow sight weapon attachment is now easier to see in the snow. Beautiful. This is nice. Survival fish traps can now also catch anchovy, herring, and sardines. So, again, with the fishing and the scrapping, yes, you can also use survival traps around or inside of your base if you have the proper pool for it. It's nice to see that, because then you can basically fish passively, and then you can fish yourself like during the nighttime. It's a great way to pump more scrap, especially if it's a really hot server. Just saying, that's a thing. Fix the appearance of scrap dropped on the ground. Have the crafting time of several items. This is kind of nice, not going to lie. What is it? We've got stone hatchet, pickaxe, sheet metal double door, boing, armored double door, wooden ladder, hide poncho. That's awesome. Small oil refinery can now be placed on iceberg. For all you iceberg rats out there, love it. That's really good. That was definitely a thing for us. Fixed texture issues on the searchlight. Nice. Fixed resource nodes in snowy biomes having a lower texture compared to nodes in other biomes. Fixed highlighted area of corn plants. Good, good. Fixed appearance of fish controls game tip and improved the stack splitting UI. See what I mean? That was a lot of stuff. So this is going to be on PTB, and this is how this typically works. Again, we're just going off of historical things in the past here. When it sits there and it's stable enough and there's no major issues, then it's a candidate for one of these upcoming Thursdays, which is good because then we'll start to see things like OceanBound, right? And we still don't know if it's going to be cargo or underwater labs. So either way, I'll take either one. It's good news for all of us. And it's just going to bring in Power Surge that much quicker. So it's all good news. It's all good stuff. I guess it's worth noting quickly, before it's too late, try to get your free skin. It's over on the store on PlayStation and Xbox. It does expire, I believe, today at some point. So you got to be quick with it. And if you're like, hey, I'm really just interested in solo duo trio servers, custom servers, well, I made a video on it. And I'll link it up on the end screen if you want to go check it out. Custom servers are going to be great. We're going to be running our own servers as well, so stay tuned for that.